wrestling fans of all ages and in all locations. We are back at you again, brought to you by Bold Prediction Sports with another edition of Around the Mat, the Money in the Bank edition. MITB in the
It's
building.
time. It's time. It's in the books, baby. And it got a lot. It seemed like Money in the Bank this year went by really quick. Same amount of time as any other pay per view, about 3 hours long, but there was so much stuff packed into those 3 hours.
Yeah, it was.
It just it went by quick.
It was definitely packed, condensed and packed at the same time,
Yeah.
without a shadow of a doubt here. So let's just go ahead and jump on into it, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, starts off with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match here.
Which immediately told me who was winning that match, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that. Jey Uso comes out first. Andrade, LA Knight with a big Canadian pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gable, and then Drew McIntyre. Well, Mello, and then McIntyre. I put in my notes here at the beginning of this match, Drew McIntyre is the favorite. We was going to see coming in exactly how that would work out in his favor. And what starts the match off, boy, it starts off hot. Andrade runs right up to Drew, starts bumping squams. Everybody starts bumping squams. Dude, when you want to talk about fucking action-packed, Glass Cow Kiss gets Andrade out the ring. I mean, everything just really starts fucking coming apart.
I mean, that was the very first thing that happened in the match was the Glasgow kiss. Drew must have remembered, oh, okay, you kicked me in the chin the other day, so let me go ahead and introduce myself to you one time for the one time. Here's this Glasgow kiss. And it seemed like after that, Andrade just couldn't get wheels up under him. He tried to get some offense in, but that Glasgow kiss must have took him off his game.
What, you mean for the whole match for Andrade?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Andrade had a spot here and there, but
I'm definitely indifferent. I say most of Twitter and everybody, Andrade stole the show. Between him and Mello, I without them in that match, dude, that match wouldn't have nearly been as action packed. Like Andrade did stuff in that match that was unbelievable. The Spanish fly off the rope onto the ladder. I would say, dude, Andrade. I can't believe you said that. Andrade stole.
Yeah, like I said, Andrade had one or two spots in the match, but after that Glasgow kiss at the start of it, it didn't seem like he could put up much offense before he was down on the floor or down on the ring apron or down on the ladder. He did hit that Spanish fly, I'll give you that. But
that was after the Glasgow kiss.
The Glasgow kiss was the very first thing that happened in the match. I said after the Glasgow kiss, Andrade had one or two spots in the match, but other than that, he didn't have much wheels in the game.
Oh yeah, we'll I think we'll prefer being different on that. I think you might need to watch it again because
I did watch it again this morning.
Andrade was everywhere, jumping off ladders, stopping you from climbing up, hitting major moves. You and the WWE Twitterverse, we'll be indifferent. If that's that's how you feel. That's how you feel. No sweat.
I got the play-by-play right here because you hit the Glasgow kiss. After that, Andrade slid to the outside. Jey Uso and LA Knight clothesline Drew out of the ring, and then they both got rid of Hayes and Gable, and then they had a face-off pretty much. But Drew gets a ladder, slides back in, and hits everybody with the ladder. Drew climbs up, and it is stomped by Gable with the arm bar, who hangs upside down on the ladder with Drew's arm. Andrade does hit a drop kick. He springboard drop kicks Gable to break up the arm bar. Then uses the ladder on Drew and LA Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Hayes stops Andrade when he was climbing with the springboard clothesline. Andrade hits the Spanish
That was
fly.
a beautiful move too. That springboard clothesline was nasty by Mello. Yeah. Shout out to you for being extra Mello.
Mello did come out of nowhere with that clothesline. Andrade responds though with that Spanish fly onto the ladder. Drew and Jey Uso face off in the middle of the ring. Jey takes advantage with the spear and then hits Gable with the enziguri. Gable German suplex Jey, then Drew, then Carmelo Hayes, and then
And
the
then a ladder.
ladder onto Andrade.
Yes, sir. He was going
Chad
crazy.
Gable climbs the ladder, but stopped by LA Knight. Gable dragon screws LA Knight's knee, takes out his lower base so he can't climb the ladder. Knight hits Gable with a neck breaker onto the ladder, then
And that
sets
was
up the
pretty
ladder,
nasty.
sets up a ladder bridge from the announce table to the ring apron. He tries to power bomb Carmelo Hayes through the bridge, but Hayes reverses it into a code breaker. Melo tries to climb the ladder, but Gable stops him with the ankle lock on the ladder. Andrade climbs up on the other side of the ladder. Gable bounces his head off the top of the top of the ladder, and pulls. Drew pulls Gable off the ladder completely and power bombs him into the setup ladder bridge, or the ladder that was set up in the corner.
Right.
Then he gives the claymore to Andrade.
Hmm.
Drew McIntyre climbs up. He's stopped by Uso and LA Knight, who then blunt force trauma slash Uso
Frog
splash from the
splash.
top.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
said frog splash. But yeah, Uso splash.
onto Drew McIntyre. Both men fight, climbing up to the top of the rope. Carmelo Hayes pushes the ladder over, flips over the top rope on the Gable on the outside, and then slides back in. Uh, he does a
Pops
top
off.
rope leg drop on the Jey Uso, climbs the ladder. Andrade hits Hayes with the ladder, kind of like throws it at him, hits him with it, then sets up a bridge from the ropes to the ladder itself.
Yeah.
Andrade climbs up the ladder, is met by Carmelo Hayes and LA Knight pulling on his knee. Then we had Andrade hits a sunset flip power bomb into Carmelo Hayes, on the Carmelo Hayes into the ladder bridge that he set up earlier. LA Knight climbs up and stopped by Gable, who belly to belly suplexes the ladder uh, onto the ladder bridge that was set up on the announce table earlier. Gable climbs up. Jay removes the ladder, and Chad Gable just kind of hangs onto the briefcase or suspended in air. Uso climbs up.
Hmm.
Gable falls down. Jay hits him with the spear. Then Uso
Yep.
climbs up the ladder. Drew throws like the
With the rope
smaller
to rope
ladder.
spear, ladies and gentlemen, he got a little momentum behind that.
Oh yeah, he did. Bounce off the rope, hit him with the spear. Then sets up the ladder, tries to climb. Drew McIntyre takes a smaller ladder, throws it like a javelin into Jay's stomach. Hits
And Jay
Jay
Stomach,
with a
that hit him.
claymore.
That hit him right in the chops. But wham!
Yeah, he
He
fell off the
did.
top of the ladder, and then before he could even recover and get up, Drew McIntyre set up the claymore, knocked his ass out. Drew McIntyre climbs up, takes the box, takes the briefcase. So I mean, besides the Spanish Fly and that power bomb, Andrade really didn't do anything in the match.
I mean,
Is
you
what I'm
start off
saying.
talking about how he hit everybody with the ladder and get you picking and choosing what you call highlights. But at the end of the day, like I said, we'll be indifferent on it because you named 4 or 5 different things. Two were what you call highlights. Me and the WWE universe are in agreement because Andrade's out of everything, he had more spots than anybody. Out of anybody you name, more than
I say
Gable,
Chad Gable
more
was
than Mel. No, more than Gable. We only talked about Gable once with the German situation. That's the only spot.
okay. We're just being different about it.
That's what you said. I'm no sweat. Yeah. So
Yep.
anyway,
Yep. Moving on.
so moving on here. Like we said, Drew's the favorite, and he definitely took hold of that briefcase like he said he would. Half of the
Yep.
prophecy fulfilled early. Um, he thought he was going to go on a tear. He went. He got on Twitter after he won the match. He was talking greasy. He was talking about, yeah, just wait. TikTok almost dang there, a few dots. So we'll see how that works out later on in the evening.
Right.
So after that, after we get Drew wins, the match cracked. We get the next match on the docket here, which is Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn. And without a doubt, I mean, you knew Sami Zayn was going to get the Canada pop. But if you thought Braun Breaker was going to win, I don't know what else to say. Like I said, we know Braun Breaker's dangerous. We can go through the match, but like they always say, Sami Zayn finds a way. What they call him, the underdog from the underground.
He ain't no damn underdog. He hit Braun Breaker with one fucking haluva kick, and that was it.
That's
That
all it
was some
takes.
bullshit.
I say you keep forgetting Braun Breaker's still a rookie, and like I said, we talk about botch artistry. He probably wrestled one of his best matches last night though, because it was hard hitting. Let's not take nothing away
Oh
from
yeah.
him. Like really from both ways from the start, and then during the match, Braun took control in certain situations. Hit Sam with some major moves, doing push-ups while he's kicking out. He's
Mhm.
gonna do some push-ups. Like I said,
There was a couple of times during that match where Braun Breaker let his arrogance take over. Like at the very beginning, after
mm-hmm,
Sammy tried to match power for power with Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker easily overpowered him into that belly to back slam. He kind of put his hands behind his back and stuck his chin out, gave Sammy a free shot, which Sammy took. Slapped the taste right out of Breaker's mouth.
mm-hmm.
Uh, he gets Breaker into the corner, and then he does that move. I think they call it an Arabian press, where he
Yeah,
like
off the rope.
springboards off the ropes and then does that moonsault. And it looks like he kind of hit his knee on Braun Breaker, but that didn't really affect him too much in the match. Um, I mean, there was plenty of belly to bellies that Braun Breaker was doing. He tried to do three consecutive belly to bellies, but Zayn finally reversed it into a spinning DDT off the top rope. Got a 2 count. Knocks Breaker outside the ring. Tries to moonsault off the barricade, but Breaker catches him like
Right.
mid-air, and then tries to ram him into the ring post. But Sammy reversed that, throw him into the ring post.
So let me just slide out of this.
Then he tried to do that fucking where he
Right.
runs through the bottom rope and tried to tilt a world DDT, but Braun caught him with a clothesline on the other side of the ring.
Which is
Um,
nasty.
Sami Zayn reverses a spear with a kick. He did that twice.
Yep.
He
And
did
they
that
start
twice in the
and they
match.
started calling him Cerebral Zane. Talk about how he's so well coordinated and well planned. They try to make it seem like he Triple H out there. Cerebral Zane. I never forget it, Michael Cole. I put it in parentheses. I can't believe that you said that. But at the end of the day, hey man, look, you got the front row seat, man. I ain't gonna argue with you, but Sami Zayn do always have a plan. Sometimes it don't work out, but I will say that.
This nigga got unlimited reversals, is what he got. His whole ass.
That's what it
This
seems
nigga
like,
was
man.
reversing everything, bro.
Yeah,
Shit. It seemed like after he reversed the spear the first time, hits him with the blue thunder bomb,
right.
gets a 2 count. Then he tries another top rope spinning DDT, but Breaker reversed that into the Frankensteiner off the top rope.
Probably the cleanest time he ever done it, even though it seemed
It
like he
was
came down
clean.
real hard on his knees, but he got to work on the exit. But
He was clean this
it
time. I
was
mean, he
clean,
ran
man.
up there, up on the ropes, and it kind of stood there and just leaned back. Let the
Right. So,
Frankenstein happen all natural.
right. Exactly. So you just got
Yeah.
to get up there and go in the ultra instinct, take that breath. It's time.
Shout out to Sammy to making it look deadly though, because Sammy kind of flew across the ring.
Well, we've
So
always
much
said
so
Sammy is a sales artist, man. Like I said, he's one of the best sellers in the game. That's another reason why I like Sami Zayn. No, he's one of the
yeah.
best sellers for sure.
I think he oversells. I don't like he sells like in my opinion, he sells like John Cena sells. He sells so much so that it's like, bro, how are you still up? How are you still in this match? Because the way you're selling, you're dead on your feet. There was multiple times where Sammy got up and then kind of wobbled and fell into the ropes and stuff. Like he couldn't even keep himself up. I said that reminds me of John Cena. John Cena does that shit all the time
Well, you know what?
until the ass into the match.
It's that. I'm about to say that's the shtick. They once the crowd gives them that Goku spirit bomb energy, that's all they talk about. Like Sami Zayn's the only guy I know he can just feed off the crowd. I
He's off the
don't know.
crowd.
They just said
This
it's plot
bullshit.
armor. It's plot armor. Exactly.
Niggas ain't
Oh
no feed off
god.
the crowd. You think this nigga has photosynthesis? Nigga was
Right.
something.
Their hope is
He
giving me
bask in it.
strength. Their hope is giving me strength. This is the power of hope. They're trying to make him Goku Team 7. Talking about, oh, so this is the power of trust, huh? Like, no,
I
this
don't.
ain't
I
it.
don't believe that shit for a second. Sami Zayn was dead multiple times in this ring. In this, I'm gonna say it wasn't Sami Zayn winning this match. It was Braun Breaker being so arrogant as to think he could just run through Sammy that made
And
him lose that match.
that's what I said. Now he learned the lesson. The most valuable lesson of humility will probably make him far more dangerous than he's ever been now. Because it's just like exactly like, dude, what they call it, like he's a wily, scrappy veteran. A scrappy vet. We remember I always say you gotta have one on each team. He's a scrappy vet, dude.
Fuck that nigga Sammy.
Yeah,
Sami
but
Zayn rolls out of the ring after that Frankensteiner, and Braun Breaker slides out on the opposite side, tries to run around and hit him with the sky view. I call it the sky view spear because they got to pull out the camera.
I call it the 23.
On the 23?
He's 23 miles per hour every time he
Oh,
hits off. I just call it the 23.
oh shit. Yeah, that 23, nigga. That 23 spear coming around the corner. Sami Zayn yet again jumps over, but this time Braun did learn. He put the brakes on before he crashed into the steel steps. Then turned around, hopped on the apron, gave him the fucking clothesline over the announce table, which is still nasty as hell.
And remember, we talked about that though, him doing them certain spots over and over. But this time he hit it so clean, it made you forget about when he fucked it up last time. And that Frankensteiner.
He hit it so hard that he ended up throwing himself over the ring. Sammy kind of just bounced off the table. Braun crashed onto the table, into the announcers and shit, all on the other side. It looked like he did more damage to himself. As a matter of fact, I think when he got up, wasn't he?
He
Yeah, I
tweaked his
think this
knee.
was the part. He fucked his knee up.
Yep.
Like, bro, if you're gonna do it every once in a while and make it impactful. If you do it every night, you're gonna be you're gonna have situations like this because you're jumping. I mean, quite a bit of ways. I think it's more impactful jumping from the apron to the announce table than it is to jump off the top rope onto somebody.
Right. Exactly. No, I agree with you wholeheartedly, and that's why I said that's why I be worried about that Frankenstein. I said he got to work on the come down from that because I'm like, bro, you just slamming all knees into the mat. Like one day it's gonna be good night. You ain't gonna be able to get up.
Well, that was the beginning of the end for Braun Breaker because he rolls Sami Zayn back into the ring, tries to hit that gorilla press into Sami Zayn, which reverses into the exploder suplex into the corner.
Oh,
Sami Zayn goes for the haluva kick. Breaker reverses it to a rising knee.
I'm
I
trying
think
to
it's the
tell
same knee he
Triple
tweaked.
Yep.
Yeah. He did hit that gorilla press he was looking for into the slam. Set Sami Zayn up for the spear, and then the weakest kick ever
He
to
kicked him
block
right in
the
that
spear.
same knee, though. That same knee.
They kicked him in the chest.
I thought, wow, okay, I have to watch it. I thought he caught him in the knee. It looked so weird when it happened.
It was weak as hell, is what it was. That's why it looked weak. It looked weird because it was weak as hell. He kicked him in the solar plexus, nigga, but it was just a weak ass. I'm a 50-year-old man kick. Get off me, young buck kick.
All I gotta do is throw that momentum off just a smidge. That's a veteran kick.
Braun Breaker should have speared through that foot, through Sami Zayn, through the ring post. This should have been through everything, man.
Shout out to Sami Zayn for just he knowing Win Chun. I know I just got to throw your momentum off just a tad, just a taste, or what they like to say in the suburbs, just a scotch.
A scotch.
Yeah, just
hit him a scotch with the leg. Then hit him with one haluva kick in the corner. 1, 2, 3, and that was it. And I was like, what? Not even a kick out? Braun. Oh my God. Botch. Instant botch.
Oh God. Oh God. So I knew Seth was gonna win, but I didn't know that you 10%. Oh God. I knew Braun Breaker wasn't gonna win that match though. I'm just like he fresh off beating Gunther. Ain't nobody about to beat Sami. The way you talk about Cody Rhodes is how you should talk about Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn beat the hardest nigga in the league down there.
Sami Zayn's the final boss.
Right, apparently he gotta be with the worst hair.
Beat Gunther and hasn't looked back, nigga.
And it hasn't looked back, dude. Like I said, we'll see what happens going forward. The Intercontinental title picture is gonna be interesting though, because we still know Sheamus is gonna try to holler at him, and I need to see Ludwig Kaiser holler at him, man. And anyway. We'll speculate.
Yeah, there's a couple more names. Braun Breaker really doesn't have like a case or anything to get a rematch. Yeah, you had your shot. You got to get back to the back of the line, man. And that's sad to say because Braun Breaker came out with some new music. And you can tell that the crowd is really, really hype on Braun Breaker, and just to see him go down in such a pathetic manner to Sami Zayn, nonetheless, is just like
Well, it wasn't pathetic. He went down fighting. The underdog from the underground.
Sami Zayn gave him one haluva kick, just
That's all.
one.
How many people look? Sometimes that's all it takes.
Even Cody Rhodes got to get 12 crossroads to put a nigga down.
That's because that move's so weak. It's
The
hella
haluva
weak,
kick is weak. Ain't nothing but a
man.
face wash while a nigga standing up. You know what? I'm done.
It's a 14-mile-an-hour face wash.
It's not 14 miles an hour.
After you've
Sami
been
Zayn will break
exploded.
his hip if he ran 14 miles an hour.
After you've been exploded into the corner, you still delirious. There's all kind of stuff going on in your mind.
I
Chicken
don't want to
strips
hear
and
it.
tater tots. You might want to
That
look
Blue Thunder
cool.
Bomb is more of a threat than that haluva kick, and it ain't never put anybody down.
Good night. Not nobody in WWE program, I say. But either way though, like you
Not
said,
where the big dogs play. Yeah,
right, right. So still, shout out to Sami Zayn for
can't
retaining
believe
the
they keep calling
title.
this nigga Sami Zayn the underdog. He beat Gunther
The
and beat Chad
underdog,
Gable 5 times.
Chad Gable though. It's Chad Gabriel. He almost on his way to Perk Angle, but he got to get all the way there. He got to shave his head, man. Something's gonna have to give.
Sami Zayn ain't the underdog no more, dog. He's the final boss.
He's the final boss. Oh god. So after that, we get the probably the worst promo of the night, and I can't believe it. I know Cody Rhodes is from Atlanta and stuff like that, but to see him in the car with Metro Boomin, they talking about we just gonna see her all night, like that whole thing felt disrespectful. But there's a certain part of Black Twitter that calls Cody Raheem Rose. Like they acknowledge that this nigga is black at this point, and it's almost so frustrating. I'm like, yeah, his wife is black. I understand. Like he got a black family. I definitely get it. But the disrespect that they are lacing on this shit is unprecedented. I don't even see it. But I know how black people make jokes, but Cody Rhodes will never come to the barbecue because he gonna want to play his music and blow about $400 worth of pyro just to get in. We ain't doing no.
We'll bring it to the 4th of July barbecue because we ain't spending
He
the
can
money
come
on
to the right.
fireworks. He can
That's
come
what
with
I'm
all the
trying.
pyro he wants.
And if he really down, he gonna come on Juneteenth first. With some
He better keep his hands out my damn potato salad. That's all I know.
I know that's that boy, and he better not make no potato salad because you full on Cajun. You might have raisins in that thing, and that ain't what we do. That ain't what we do. But they gave him a little promo with Metro Boomin, waiting for the very first bad blood in over 20 years, man.
It's set October the 5th, baby.
October 5th in Atlanta. My second whole time, I'm thinking about getting out there, man. To be honest, I'm gonna do my darndest. If I can get down there around the mat, we'll be there and live in the building. Bad Blood has always been a great pay per view to me. Like I said, bro, we've seen so many classic matches. Not to mention the premiere of Kane, Bad Blood, dude. Kane got introduced as a
Kane
character.
and Hell in the Cell all in the same match.
All in the same.
It was the very first Hell in the Cell match.
Thank you. So it's just like, dude, like how we talked about a few months back, how we wish they would do another Great Balls of Fire, because that pay-per-view was fire. But I guess you can't find another Samoa Joe versus Lesnar-esque main event. But I don't know. That whole pay-per-view was fire. Like, you got to bring some of this stuff back. And if anything, you know what I always say, blood. It's good to have bad blood. So I'm always here for that. I'm definitely here for that.
Always been a fan of Bad Blood, for sure. Can't wait for it to come back. It's coming back October 5th, so we still got a few months going out past SummerSlam, but that's absolutely fine. They're getting
Which
it ready.
would be perfect considering the way this story is going.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Next thing that happens, Cena takes 10 minutes to retire. Moving on. Damian Priest tells the Judgment Day that Drew McIntyre cashed in that briefcase or not. Stay out of the match.
Don't pull up, man. I got a point to prove because they already judged me. And which is one thing I never understand about WWE fandom, even though I guess we are fans. My thing is, the whole purpose of winning the Money in the Bank match is to catch a nigga slipping. And so anybody who cashes in successfully, like people always trying to say something about the run to but the way you won the title, the way you did this. Well, Negro, what? what's the point of having this match and not doing it this way if I wasn't supposed to win it this way? Like a lot of people, even before this match, I know I'm ranting, but they talk about Damian Priest's title reign like it ain't nothing less than almost bloodline Roll Ray. If you're the leader of a faction, hey man, sometimes it's just gonna be there. I remember Judgment Day. Sometimes I can't control everything. But the way I cashed in, I'm the second person to only cash in at WrestleMania, following in the footsteps damn near of the architect. And you see how that nigga career went. Why wouldn't I cash in? Like everybody who's cashed in and won that title, like people like Kane and Brock Lesnar. Oh, well, not Brock Lesnar. Well, I mean he did, but like Kane and Dean Ambrose, people cash in, and they go and get that belt, and it just be what it is. But people want to put like asterisks on their reign, like they didn't go out and still win the match, and they retained several times after. So I just find it ridiculous. People try to asterisk these Money in the Bank title reigns.
I don't think it's the title reign per se. Well, yes, I don't think it's the asterisk on the win. I mean, you got to give him respect. He won the Money in the Bank ladder match. He held onto the briefcase for what over 200 days or something,
Yeah,
and at the perfect time, ended up cashing in on the World Heavyweight Champion. You can't fault him for that. I think what people though are saying is that every single defense that he's had since then
mm-hmm.
has been controversial since he can't do it on his own. Even though he keeps telling his friends to stop interfering, they come out and interfere. CM Punk has interfered twice now to protect him.
And that's it though. But we talking about things out of his control.
I thought another thing's out of his control, but it's to the point now, like, bro,
or what we call
the first time you defend it and nobody jumps in, if you lose that, then it's gonna make your whole entire reign weak as hell. Because it just goes
I
to prove
agree.
that you couldn't do it by yourself. The first time
Well,
you defend it and you lose and nobody comes out to help you, that's gonna be a bad look on you. And you know who's coming after him.
it would be a bad look. I would agree in a certain sense. But my only thing is, if it was anybody else doing that kind of thing, we would call them championship moves. That's
We
why
call
you
them
got.
championship
That's why
moves
you
if it
got
was on
Looney
purpose.
Tunes. Right.
If
I
it was on
know.
purpose, but he's sitting there like, God, don't help me, don't help me. He's still getting helped. Okay, I
Right.
understand he can't
But
control
he's.
CM Punk.
Thank you.
So
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole thing. CM Punk is the common denominator in this whole situation. Like,
well,
because
you already
what
know who his next match is. It's gonna be
Seth
Gunther. If he
Rollins.
lose,
Oh, I thought you were talking about CM Punk. My bad. Yeah, it's Seth Rollins. But yeah,
oh yeah,
that's a whole
Seth
nother
Rollins.
story.
We will talk
But
about that for real.
yeah, that's a whole nother story. But my thing is, it's like I told you on the last show. I said I'm not going to be surprised if Gunther's the first person he beat without any help. I don't think Damian Priest is coming off the title yet. I just
I
really
think
don't.
I think that would be a great story for
It'd be
him if he does.
momentous. It'll
If he beats
solidify his
Gunther,
run. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Because that's not
by
to say
himself,
Gunther
no
can't
interference.
challenge again. Right.
Yeah,
Because Gunther's gonna always be in the mix now. He ain't going back to the IC picture. He gonna always
yeah.
be in the mix now. He's a major player now. So this
We'll have to
it
see
would
what
do
happens in the
more.
next 4 weeks for real. Because
True.
I don't. Because I'm still thinking Gunther's winning that
I
title,
I
and he's
I
going
kind
on a.
I kind of do too, but at the same time though, I kind of see Damian Priest hold on to it because my thing is Gunther. We've never seen a superstar who's been on a tremendous title run, lose the belt, then win another one, and then hold it for fucking forever. Like I just don't think they're gonna do it. Like you'd have been Intercontinental Champion almost 700 days. I don't see them turning around and just giving you the main belt and then just letting you run with it for a long time. I think you got to have a Damian Priest in there, and then to see who can. You got Seth Rollins out the picture in certain situations. After that, going forward, let's jump into the match. Let's go and jump on into it so that way we can get to the points, the
So
real
yeah.
points of this thing.
So we had the World Heavyweight Championship match: Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest. Seth Rollins comes out and goes straight for a pedigree, like right out the gate. He said, "I'm about to finish this shit right now." Damian Priest reverses that into a South of Heaven attempt. That gets reversed with some chops. Rollins tries to hit a suplex on the Damian Priest, but he reverses that into a broken arrow, and
Yeah.
then Priest looks up at the stage.
Yep.
And that's going
First
to be a
time they
running
know.
theme of the match.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, because as soon as he hit it, I said, yeah, I'd have done the same thing. I said, I ain't gonna lie. But Drew's so arrogant. You know he coming with music. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, Damian Priest hits a flatliner on Rollins for a 1 count. Then he hits a flying elbow into the corner a couple of times and looks up at the stage. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Rollins hits a sling blade and then out of the corner and then clotheslines Damian Priest out of the ring. And Seth looks up at the stage.
Looks up at the stage. And then
He
3
tells Drew to
suicide.
come on out. He
Right.
calls Drew out. He's like, "Come on,
Come
Drew!
on, Drew.
Come on, Drew! Come
We're
on
waiting
out
for
if you
you,
want to."
Drew. Yeah.
Drew doesn't come out, so Rollins decides to suicide dive Damian Priest 3 times into the
Good
announce
night.
table.
I've never seen. I said, good night. I said, he going for a new version of the Three Amigos. This is
Mhm.
this is a new, but he incorporated a lot of new moves. Let's keep going. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he slides Damian Priest back into the ring and then a super kick after a roll up attempt, all into Damian Priest's face. Then he springboards Swanton Bomb into a
Man,
lion salt onto
right.
Damian
And
Priest.
I was like, look at you, young Jericho. I was proud when I seen him do that. I said, he's showing people, no, the
Yeah.
knee is still good. I'm out here some springboard shit right now just to show the world that I'm fine. And I'd love to see that on Seth Rollins because, dude, he's got to be a perennial player in this Raw championship situation. But he might get a quick IC run depending on how long Damian going to hold it. We talking about it. Let's keep going. Good night.
Yeah. Let's see. After the springboard into the lion salt, Priest hits a blunt force trauma. Basically, he takes
Yeah, pretty much.
LA Knight's finishing move, hits Seth Rollins with it, and then he looks into the ring.
I'm trying to tell you.
He tries to go for the South of Heaven. Rollins reverses it into a Frankensteiner pin for a 2 count. Priest clotheslines him after he gets up and he looks off into the stage. I swear to God, bro, the stage got more play from these two competitors than the opponent did.
Than
Like
each other, right.
they were so worried about when Drew was coming out. There was some kind of botched corner spot that left Damian Priest. I didn't really see what happened. Seth Rollins was on the top on the corner,
Yeah, it was
and
a
then he
Seth.
kind of was it like a blockbuster?
It was a Seth didn't catch him all the way. It was a Seth botch, a rare occasion. Like I said, it happens to the best. It happens to the best. And Seth is one of the best. So that's why I don't see shit on Twitter or people talking about these botch stuff. Dude, you couldn't do half the stuff that they doing, a quarter of it. And you want to catch a dude who almost weighs 300 pounds coming off the top rope. And he was supposed to catch him into a full-on kind of slam, DDT pretty much. It's supposed to be almost like
Or
a
spinning neckbreaker or something like that.
Yeah, except for like he just resting a little bit, but he's fresh off. He ain't rested since WrestleMania. Y'all can eat a dick if you're mad about that. I don't get it. But anyway, but he still catches him nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. Seth goes up to the top rope into a frog splash, gets a 2 count. And Seth Rollins looks at the stage, waiting for Drew McIntyre. Hits a spinning elbow, and then he climbs the top rope, but Priest hits him with a big right hand that topples Rollins. I mean, that right hand was nasty. Had Rollins spread out on the top rope. Then Priest takes his time to look at the stage. After that, we had Seth do a buckle bomb on the Damian Priest. But Priest immediately answered with a sit-out power bomb on the Seth for a 2 count.
And that was one
That was
of
a
the
nasty
nastiest.
spot.
I'm trying to tell you, boy, that I was like, good night. It was baby last ride jackknife style. Like, good.
It was nasty.
Night.
He sat all the way down with it into the count 1, 2. After the 2 count, Priest focuses on the stage again, takes his eye off the prize. A quick exchange of hands, and then a quick exchange of kicks between Seth Rollins and Damian Priest. Priest hits 2 of the prettiest spinning kicks I've ever seen. I mean, back to back. Looking like a kung fu movie.
Like a Power Ranger almost.
Like a damn purple Power Ranger. Then he goes to the South of Heaven attempt again. It gets reversed into a pedigree attempt. Priest reversed that into a back body drop. Seth gets up quickly to hit a curb stomp before Priest can recover. Gets a 2 count. Seth looks
Because
up at the
he
stage.
didn't catch him all the way clean. It was almost like a stomp shasa. Like he caught him on the back of the head going to the ground. But like I said, dude, Seth was all over, man. Like I said, I'm more than impressed with his performance.
Seth Rollins was doing the damn thing. And you're right. He didn't catch him all the way because he had to come. He had to jump over the entirety of Priest's body to catch his head when normally he would just come from the side.
So, right.
Yeah, but after the quick backdrop, there was only one way to go. So he jumped over Priest to hit the stomp, got a quick 2 count, and then he focuses on the stage. Seth trash talks, giving for whatever reason, giving Priest a whole bunch of time to recover.
Saying get on
Then
up. You want to be a man, stand by yourself, get up and
that's
fight.
not like Seth Rollins. And Corey Graves said that that's not like Seth Rollins to give your opponent time, especially somebody as dangerous as Damian Priest, time to recover like that just for free. That was a mistake or a lapse in judgment on Seth's part for whatever reason. Damian Priest definitely took advantage because he, let's see, picks him up in the corner for a razor's edge, gets a 2 count, then climbs up on the rope like he was going to do some kind of top rope maneuver, like a leg drop or something like that. I'm not sure what he was trying to do, but Seth Rollins cuts him off, does his superplex into the Falcon Arrow combo, but Damian Priest reverses the Falcon Arrow into a suplex attempt, which Seth then reverses into the Falcon Arrow.
Right.
Nice little chain wrestling there. Then there was a clear 3 count.
It was only 2.
Off of the Falcon Arrow. There was a clear 3 counts.
I only heard
off
2.
Of the Falcon.
I seen them 1, 2, and then the crowd counted 3, but that third one.
The referee counted 3, but then he said it was 2.
You know what I'm saying? That's because he stopped the last one.
It was a clear 3 count.
He seen Damian's shoulder do the little wiggle.
Damian didn't move not a bit. There was a clear 3 count. There was another botch.
Looked like a 2 count to me.
It was a botch.
Referee decision.
Get your eyes checked.
Referee
3 count.
I saw the ref say 2, and I don't need to get my eyes checked for that. He put 2 up, didn't he?
It was a botch anyway. Like
referee's
I said,
decisions.
Clear 3 count.
So referee threw up 2, and then
it was a botched 2 count. Seth Rollins should be champion right now.
So
after Falcon Arrow, nonetheless.
So after
Drew
the 2 count,
Drew McIntyre comes out after the 3 count to make it a triple threat match. Seth Rollins, after the bell rings after the 3 counts, Seth Rollins super kicks Drew. Tries the curb stomp Drew, but Drew reverses it into an even flow DDT.
Man,
sets up for a Claymore kick.
And what happened?
Priest clotheslined the dog shit out of him for that Claymore.
Exactly. Blew him up.
Blew his ass up. Priest throws Seth Rollins out of the ring, tries the South of Heaven on Drew McIntyre, but Drew reverses it into a Claymore into his chest.
Right. Chest more. Botch more.
Another botch. So that's 3 botches this match. He kicks him in the chest, and Damian Priest kind of rolls to the ring apron and holds on to the rope a little bit. Then out of nowhere, everybody started cheering. CM Punk slides into the ring and starts to attack Drew McIntyre. So much so that he falls out of the ring.
Whipping his
Drew McIntyre heads to the barricades, and CM Punk kind of pushes him over into the timekeeper area, takes a chair, hits him 4 times over the back with the chair, and then chokes him out with the camera cable while punching him in the head.
Wearing his ass out.
Wearing him out. Then he hits him with the chair 1 more time, looks over at the World Heavyweight title, takes the title and hits Drew all in the face with the title. Then he slides onto the announce table, sits cross-legged with the title on his lap on the announce table.
Aboriginal style.
Indian style. Aboriginal style. You hear Michael Cole screaming at Punk, "What the hell are you doing?" And Punk yells back to him, "My job."
My job, right. What are you doing, Phil? My job. Fuck off me.
A little woozy. Drew McIntyre stands up, turns around, and gets caught with the South of Heaven.
For the second time, second pay-per-view in a row. South of Heaven.
1, 2, 3. Damian Priest, the second, third count of the night, retains his title.
He beat Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre in one night, as far as I'm concerned. Triple threat match in the books. Boom, blam. Beat Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre in the same
No,
night.
he lost to Seth Rollins.
And
then the match was changed into a triple threat match after that match.
If he would have lost,
it's almost like
been a one-on-one.
It's almost like the general manager came out and said, "No, we're not ending it like that. Off of Falcon Arrow, go ahead and turn this into a triple threat match."
Man, if only what's the boy name? Well, if only he was there. Little bald black man. What's his name?
Teddy Long.
No, Teddy Long, right. Then he probably would have threw the Undertaker in the match. Then it would have been a fatal four.
It would have been a fatal four-way. We're not ending like that, player. Holla,
Now, they're going to have to fight the Undertaker.
The Undertaker. This Trump card. Oh, you want to talk shit about Teddy Long? All right. You got to fight the Undertaker.
I remember quick Teddy Long story. I remember he got beat up by who was it? It was Kurt Angle and some other minion dude. And then Kurt Angle asked him a question and he gave him the microphone. He said, all I know is tonight she's gonna face the Undertaker. And he was dying in the corner. But dude, but yeah, when you got him music, shoot, I'd have been pulling him out too.
You goddamn right. You said Undertaker's on my roster. Guess what? Nigga, he's my hitman from now on. You want to talk shit? Guess who you talking shit to? The Undertaker. Here he comes, nigga. You better run for the hills. Here come that dog, nigga.
Right.
There it is. So after the match, CM Punk sitting on the table. Drew McIntyre is writhing, kind of like spitting up and unconscious in the ring.
Right.
Starts to put together that he's lost. He's upset thoroughly. Damian Priest is walking up the ramp, just looking pissed off because once again, somebody interfered in his match. He couldn't get a clean victory, even though he's a victor. He is the saddest winning champion I've ever seen in my life. He just looks so disheveled and distraught when he wins his matches. He's never happy. So I don't know, man. You need to come up off of it if you ain't happy about it, as far as I'm concerned.
Nah,
then Seth Rollins gets up.
Ain't got nothing to do with that.
Seth Rollins gets up and is clearly pissed at CM Punk. And you know, when CM Punk first came back, Seth Rollins was the first one to come out and said, "I don't believe you. You're a bum. You spent all these years talking about my house, my home, and then you want to come back and get and have everybody pretend like that shit didn't happen. Fuck you, nigga. I will see you in this match." Seth Rollins and CM Punk have never seen eye to eye. Seth Rollins has been on record saying that he doesn't like CM Punk. So the fact that CM Punk, rather inadvertently or not, has cost Seth Rollins his opportunity, not only at the World Heavyweight Championship, but now he cannot challenge for that title until Damian Priest loses that belt. CM Punk is now not only pissed off Drew McIntyre by screwing him for the third time out of his World Heavyweight Championship. Or no, this is the fourth time, isn't it?
No, third time.
This is the third time?
Three. Yep. The first one was at WrestleMania. And then Clash of the Castle. And then this one.
Okay. I'm pretty sure. I think you're right. It might be three, but for some reason, something in my head is telling me this is the fourth time that's happened. But either way, he's not only continued his funk with Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre was livid. So much so to after the show went off the air, he went to the panel and looked right in the camera. It was like, Drew, or he was like, Punk, I know where your family lives, nigga. I'm coming for you. Adam Pearce and them tried to get him up off of there. He back elbowed Adam Pearce all in the head to the point Wade Barrett had to get off the commentary. He was like, "Hey, Drew, if you keep doing this, man, you're going to lose your career. You'll never get that Punk. We got to go." They pulled him away from Adam Pearce and took him to the backstage. That's a good friend right there. Stopping everything to make sure that you don't destroy yourself and self-implode. It's a good friend in Wade Barrett right there, bro. Because if it had been me, I'd have looked at it. I'll let you let you keep going.
Well, I'm gonna let you blow up. Like sometimes you gotta chaos.
I'll look
Sometimes
right at
you
the
gotta
camera. He's boiled over.
right. So give
Oh
me a
my
piece
God!
too.
But not only is he gotten Drew under Drew's skin, now Seth Rollins is probably going to have a
He's
bone to
on his
pick
head, and that's the problem
with
you
Seth.
didn't want. He's
Hmm.
on CM Punk head, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens. He's going to retaliate something fierce, and I'm here for it because fuck Phil, CM
Man,
Punk.
I've never been a fan, so I'm, yeah, I hope Seth is on his head. Moving on.
Yeah. Moving on, we had the women's Money in the Bank match. Now, this match
This
had some
bitch was
botches in it,
cracking.
but it was, in my opinion, match of the night. Oh my God. People are
Yeah.
saying that this is probably one of the best Money in the Bank matches ever. And I said,
It was a
probably
car
not the
wreck.
best, but
It's up there. It's top
it's
three.
up there. It's got to be top single
Niggas
digits.
was dying.
Niggas was dying.
It
There was some
was.
botches in that motherfucker, but there was not some botches in that motherfucker, and people was dying. So let's
Man,
just get into it. We had
boy.
Naomi versus Zoe Stark
Whew.
versus Lyra
Man.
Valkyria versus
Mhm.
Chelsea. I gotta say that shit slow before I
Lyra
mispronounce it.
Valkyria.
Lyra Valkyrie versus Chelsea Green, Io Sky, and Tiffany Stratton. All these
Tiffy
women in this
Tom.
match. All these women in this match. Even I'm not gonna hit Zoe Stark was fucking up all in this match. But at the same time,
She had
I
some of the
wouldn't
best
put
spots.
she did have a couple of great spots in this match. Um, at the very beginning of the match, everybody but Chelsea Green kind of slid out of the ring to go get ladders. Chelsea Green, this whole story, I don't know when this developed, but they were telling the story all night. And Chelsea Green was afraid of heights. Now, I remember a couple years ago, they told that same story against our Truth. So I was anxious to see how they were going to make that different from the story
They
that they told a
they
couple
played it
years
from
ago.
the rooter to the tutor because in the pre-show they took her to the tallest building in Canada, and she was wearing a harness and stuff, and it was making her. She was doing an interview with Chelsea, and it was like hanging off the building and all kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the same thing. I feel like no.
That's some white shit. That is some white shit. Sound like you across the busy street right now, and I can't
Yeah,
do that.
I
I
ain't
can't go
doing
across the
that.
yellow lines. Um, Chelsea Green, everybody slides out. Chelsea Green's left. She tries to jump, just using the
Right,
hops to
the
grab the
vertical.
case. The vertical failed her. Somebody slid in the ladder, so she took the ladder, set it up, climbed up two rungs, said, "Fuck that, it's not for me." Then tried to use the ladder to knock the briefcase down,
Man,
which I thought was pretty
crazy.
clever.
Clever,
I
but
thought that was pretty
craziest I ever
clever.
seen. Right,
I said, you know, it's on a clip, right? So even if you hit the motherfucker, it's not gonna fall off. Whatever.
man. Right.
Um, let's see. Green used the ladder to hit Naomi and Stark off of the ring apron. And then Io Sky with the springboard drop kick kicks the ladder that Chelsea Green was holding. Chelsea Green falls out of the ring. Io Sky sets up the ladder in the corner, and then drop kicks Tiffany Stratton into the ladder, which then
Mhm.
sets her up for a Meteora into the ladder.
Boy,
And then
that was
Valkyrie,
nasty.
Lyra Valkyria does a backdrop on the sky into that ladder. Boy, I thought that ladder was going to blow up at any second. It was getting
Boy,
impact after impact after impact. Um, Valkyria does a top rope spinning DDT to Io Sky, then a
yeah.
fisherman suplex back onto that same ladder. Oh my God.
Shout out to Mr. Perfect.
Shout out to Mr. Perfect. Lyra, for some reason, can't figure out how ladders work. She just kind of stood there in the middle of the ring with the
Struggling.
ladder, struggling to open the ladder, can't figure it out. Meanwhile, uh, Zoe Starks hits a springboard drop kick on the Lyra. Then she
Yeah.
hits a super click, then a German suplex. This bitch Lyra wouldn't go down. She just kept
Boy,
popping back up.
boy.
Starks then hits a clothesline and then a Samoan drop. Well, it was supposed to be a Samoan drop onto the ladder, but Zoe
But
Stark
it
fucked it
was,
up.
yeah.
She missed and damn near broke Lyra Valkyria's arm. by
Well,
hitting.
'cause
That
that
was the only thing to hit the ladder.
motherfucker, right? That
That shit
motherfucker,
looked painful.
and then almost broke her own neck on the next move.
You damn right. She does some kind of spring. It wasn't a springboard. It was
It
like a
was
sit
right.
down front flip, twisting front flip. Missed Lyra, missed the whole damn ladder, and hits her head
Boy,
on the back. Her head on the back of the ladder, all right here, and damn near concusses herself. Missed all of that shit. So
boy.
like two botches back to back from Zoe Stark. Um, that shit was crazy. After that, Naomi.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is one of my favorite spots in the night.
Naomi does the Luthez press on Stark onto the ladder, hits her a couple of times, gets up, springs off of the rope, split leg drop onto the ladder,
I'm trying to
uh,
tell
and
you.
then drags the ladder over to the corner for a split leg and moonsault on the Zoe Stark
Yeah,
and the ladder.
yeah. Going
So
crazy.
she was going crazy a little bit. Then Tiffany Stratton out of nowhere does a cartwheel to pick up Naomi into the Alabama Slam onto the ladder. That was a dope ass spot.
Mhm.
I've seen her do it a couple times, but she doesn't do it often. So when she does that little cartwheel into the Alabama Slam position, it's always impressive. It's always out of nowhere.
Right.
Stratton slams the ladder into or does the Alabama Slam into the ladder, and then Io Sky
Stop.
uh kind of she comes into the ring. Tiffany Stratton takes the ladder, puts
Yeah.
it on the side, and then rams it into Io Sky, and then wedges her in the corner with the ladder. That climbs up the ladder onto the top rope and does a swanton bomb onto the outside of the ring into Starks, Naomi, and Lyra
And
Valkyria.
I back here, man. And it was a clean swanton too.
hmm hmm
Just enough air right into the crowd. You said, "Man, it's Hardy time." Ah, you
It's
just
yep.
gotta,
It's already tough. She should have hit
right,
one of these real quick, and then she
right.
just flew off. But it was pretty a pretty swanton bomb into the three women on the outside of the ring.
It
Uh,
was.
Chelsea Green then tries to climb up to the ladder since she was the only one in the ring, but Io Sky kind of gets herself out of the corner situation. Hits her in the back with another ladder. So now there's two ladders in the ring. Sky tries to climb up the ladder. Valkyria pulls Sky down,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
dude, yeah, I love this spot.
then when she climbs, she gets pulled down, but her legs get caught on the inside, and she's just hanging upside down on the
And
ladder.
Io Sky
Io Sky
stomping her to death. I mean,
all
just
in the face.
feeding her,
Oh, it was nasty. It was
feeding her.
nasty.
Oh
Was stomping the shit out of her, and then climbed on top of her, over
man,
her to get on to the top of the rope. But Lyra, for whatever reason, this bitch don't go down.
she said, "I'm a
Lifts up,
Viking."
lifts up like goddamn Undertaker
I'm
on the
trying to tell
ladder
you,
and power bombs Io Sky off the
German,
ladder.
German,
Oh, yeah, that's right, German.
yeah.
German suplex off the ladder.
And the thud off that thing was nasty.
And
I
she's
mean,
still
it was
hanging upside down. Shit, Zoe
right.
Stark hits a big boot on the Lyra Valkyria,
Right. She did a
finally knocking
baby
her off the
Andrade
ladder.
move. Came in with the
Uh-huh.
what? No, what did he say? What Corey Gray said? Nothing fancy, just pure impact.
Pure impact. Goddamn right. Zoe Stark and Tiffany Stratton climb up the ladder on opposite sides. Naomi sets up another ladder right next to them. And
Yeah.
then Zoe Stark and Tiffany Stratton both knock themselves off of the ring. Naomi is climbing up the ladder now, but she's using her right
Two of
side for
them.
the right ladder and the left side for the left ladder. She's climbing up both ladders simultaneously. Stratton and Stark pull the ladders apart, and Naomi just straight up does the splits in
They,
between and just hanging in between the two ladders. And then
probably
somehow, as one ladder is falling, maintains her balance into a spinning DDT onto I think it was
it was
Stratton.
Stratton. Yeah. And this is what I keep saying, man. People don't put enough respect on Naomi's athleticism, dude. She's probably the most athletic woman in the WWE. Like, just the stuff that she do, she reminds me of how Kofi Kingston used to be. Just
Yeah.
kind of extra bendy, just like, no, he got full control of my body. There's not a part
Yep.
of it that I can't stretch, can't move. And to come between split legged in between two ladders into a tornado DDT, good
It
night.
was nice. It was a beautiful sight. Um, after she does the spot. Oh, it says right here it was on start. So she did the DDT on the start. Naomi climbs the ladder. Now that there's only one ladder in the that's standing up, and then Stratton pulls Naomi down and pushes her out of the ring. Thinks she was about to climb the ladder, but Naomi said, grabs her by the leg and drags her out of the ring after her, throws her into the crowd barricade, and then Naomi goes to pulling out two tables from underneath the ring.
Hmm.
Uh, Chelsea Green sends Naomi into the ring steps and then helps Stratton set up the two tables on the outside of the ring.
You want to talk about a struggle? They was taking forever to set that table up.
Yep, and Corey Graves mentioned that these two
that
women they don't set up tables, they
they
don't go
don't
to
work for
catering,
right.
they're too busy. They're too busy doing other stuff,
Right.
winning accolades. Um,
Yeah.
so while Stratton and Green are on the outside struggling to set up the two tables, Stark and Lyra are in the ring fighting. They're climbing up the ladders, and Io Sky starts to climb up the ladder next
She
to
does
her.
a springboard. She jumps off the top rope onto the ladder on the other
Yeah,
side.
yeah,
Pure
what a spot!
athleticism.
I mean, I don't think it was from the rope. I think it was straight springboard, like AJ style
Yeah, that's
springboard
what I mean.
onto the
Yeah,
rope.
for springboard.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
nasty. I mean, it was a cool spot because she clung onto that ladder like a spider monkey.
Right.
She starts to climb. Green and Stratton stop her from climbing, and Io sets up. They kind of like pull her down, so to speak. This is when, yeah, Chelsea Green, Stark, they both or Stratton both slide in with their own respective ladders, and then they kind of set up a
Right.
bridge on either side
On
of the
both
ladder.
sides. Yeah.
So there was ropes, two ladders, and then the ladder sitting in the middle. Um, Then both Green and Tiffany Stratton were taken out, respectively, by having their faces rammed into either side of the ladders. One went up for a pancake. It was Chelsea Green got
Chelsea Green.
pancaked onto it, and then
Zoe Stark hit her with the
Zoe Stark hit her with the monkey flip set up, but there was a
man.
ladder blocking the way, all in the face for Tiffany Stratton.
You're my protect the face.
It was bad.
Man.
Let's see. Lyra starts to climb the ladder, and then Zoe Starks one arm power bombs Lyra Valkyria into one of the bridge ladders.
Damn near Uranagi. It was a power bomb bottom. Like it was just one arm. I got you damn near by the bottom of your throat, just straight down into the ladder. Good
It was
night.
nasty. It was nasty. Damn near broke her back. Lyra bounces off the ladder and then falls out to the ring floor.
And we'll never see her again. That's a good night for Lyra Valkyria.
Naomi climbs on the other side of the ladder, but she's stopped by Chelsea Green.
Mm-hmm.
Green, like does it looked like Naomi was setting up for her bubble butt
Right.
bomb, but Chelsea Green like reversed it into like an imprettier
And
on the
yeah, inverse,
ladder.
inverse unprettier almost. Inverted unprettier.
Yeah,
Damn
it
near.
was nice. It was
Yeah.
nasty. Um, Knocking Naomi out onto the bridge ladder. Zoe Stark climbs up. The EO Sky cuts her off at the briefcase, kind of meets her at the briefcase, and they're both at the top. EO Sky somehow
Yep.
pulls Zoe Stark over the ring ladder and then tombstone pile drives her onto the ladder bridge, which was spot of the night. Both these women are dead. They're dead.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start sending your flowers to their families.
Yeah.
Zoe
Because you
Stark was
see, she was done. And you see how
she was penciled.
Sky was in the match where she on both knees just fell backwards. She said, I can't even move. It's over.
She was like that for the rest of the match. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Folded
Both of
up.
them women were dead.
Folded up.
Good God. Um, During all that craziness, Chelsea Green starts to climb the ladder. Tiffany Stratton shakes the ladder, which
Right.
stops her from grabbing which stops Chelsea Green from grabbing the briefcase. Kind of scared her into holding on to the ladder whatsoever. Then Stratton climbs up and pushes Green off the top of the ladder into the two tables that they set up on the outside of the ring earlier. And she hit those tables flush. It couldn't have been a more
Flush.
perfect. I mean, it was like there must have been like a target on the
Yeah,
table
it
because
looked
she hit
like
it dead
it was
center.
Chelsea Green went through them tables like she was mankind. Like I know exactly where to fall. But trust me, I got it covered. Like if she was, she ain't scared of heights no more. Let's put it that way.
Or she may be terrified of heights now because she the only time she went up to the top of the ladder, she got pushed off outside of the ring into
It,
two tables.
it can't get no worse than that.
It can. It definitely can.
Shoot, man. You're always right. In wrestling, it can, but at that point, you almost got to be like, okay, you got to get on your Chad Gable. You got to look up Miracle and see you. You see you 1B. Since I survived
Survive that shit.
that.
Chelsea Green was dead on the outside, and since everybody has killed each other, uh, Tiffany Stratton was the only one left alive. She climbed up to the top of that ladder and then obtained the money in the bank briefcases.
And it
And
is
now
Tiffy time.
it is Tiffy time. What a fucking match! That shit was crazy.
Yeah, it was really cracking. It was a car wreck. It was a
Mm,
train wreck, but it was so much cracking moments in this thing. Like I said, great match. Long
great
story
match.
short.
Great match. I'm proud of all these women that were in this match.
Yeah, all the participants. Yeah,
Hadn't
standing
been a fan
ovation.
of Zoe Stark. Hadn't really been a fan of Lyra Valkyria. Still probably not a fan of Zoe Stark, even though she has some dope spots. But my eye is on Lyra Valkyria now. Because, like I said, this bitch just would not stay down. She had to
Mhm.
damn Zoe Stark had to damn near break her back to get her to leave this match. But everything she was getting hit with seemed to shake it off like it was nothing. It was like scrambling up the ladder, like she was still fresh. Like shit was crazy. The
It's
shit was
that
crazy.
it's that former NXT champion in her. Never say
I had to
quit.
give it to her. Yeah, yeah.
Man.
Tip of the hat to her. So moving on, we have our main event of the evening. Throw your ones
Man.
up for the Wolfpack Bloodline.
When he said full of Wolfpack bloodline.
They came out in all black
Man.
and red, and they got a
Man.
werewolf
Man.
on the team, so they the Wolfpack Bloodline, as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, man.
Wolfpack Bloodline versus Cody and friends.
Man.
Oh, this match was cracking too.
It was.
Kevin Owens got his ass whooped all through the match, though. After watching
Oh,
it the second
we're
time and
gonna
taking the notes.
we're gonna get to that because I got particular notes about that. But it starts
Yeah.
off with Cody and friends controlling pretty much most of the match. A lot of violence, a lot of hands tossing, primarily Tongaloa getting beat up. I mean Tama Tonga getting beat up for relentlessly for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then enter Fatu.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Fatu, dude, he's beyond the Infinity Gauntlet. He's beyond power. He's beyond. I want to see if Braun Breaker was on SmackDown, that'd be the match I want to see. I want to see you fight Jacob Fatu. If you
I
really
want to
out
see
there.
Jacob Fatu fight everybody because that boy's oh boy, he's a beast.
Yeah,
Woo!
he is the bloodline as far as I'm concerned right
He is
now.
the wolf pack. Throw the
Right.
ones up for
Yeah.
Jacob
Well, yeah,
Fatu.
you now you say that. I'll go ahead and join you on that. Throw you ones up for Jacob Fatu. I am on the Fatu train. I cannot lie. But dude, he enters Fatu. He controls the match anytime he gets in it, dude. We seen a lot of his signature moves, which as far as mainly headbutt, sticking to Samoan style, just brute force, just like, yeah, boy, you wonder why like, look at his how crazy his eyes is. He always showing his teeth. Shit, he probably concussed. He throw about a 40 headbutts a match. So
I mean,
yeah,
he was throwing headbutts like knife edge chops, baby. He
I'm
was
trying to
throwing them
tell you.
shits out. Ah, ah,
On
ah.
this Chris Benoit falling headbutts, bro, man.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob
Sure, let's get
Fatu is
into it.
definitely a game changer. Yeah,
He
go ahead.
is.
Go ahead,
Shit, the
break down
match
with
starts
us.
with Cody and what was supposed to be Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa, as the head of the table, said, "I'm not fighting this bum." Tags in Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga, they start some mat-based wrestling. Cody takes advantage with a bulldog right out of the gate.
Yep.
Tags in Kevin Owens, who unloads on Tama Tonga. I mean,
Man,
stomping and punching his ass in the corner, stomping him out.
at least
Referee had
40
to pull
straight
him off.
blows. At least 40 straight. He kept going back.
Referee had to pull him off. Yeah, it was nasty. Quick tag over to Randy Orton. Randy Orton takes advantage of Tama Tonga being in the corner, hits him with the 10. Well, 9 punches in the corner, and then a European uppercut for the 10.
Mm-hmm.
Tama Tonga real quick hits a thumb to the eyes to Randy Orton to gain some composure, and then quickly tags in Jacob Fatu. Fatu
Mm-hmm.
looks at Randy Orton, yeah, rushes him.
Right.
Orton ducks him, pushes him out of the ring real quick. And then as Jacob Fatu tries to slide back in the ring, Randy Orton real quick grabs him, does the draping DDT, and then starts pandering to the crowd. Yeah. Jacob Fatu no sold that DDT. Right. He bounced right back up. He's like, bang! Right back up. Headbutt? You say you gonna make me headbutt the canvas? That's nothing,
Man,
nigga.
man, I'm trying to tell you, boy, you know how much
Randy
man
Orton
I ate?
panders. He goes, yeah, 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 let's go. And then he drops down to start beating the canvas to give the RKO. And then he realizes Jacob Fatu is up and he's pissed off.
Right. And he's staring a hole through you.
Fatu hits him with a Samoan drop, then hits him with a super kick as he's trying to get up, and then drags Orton's dead body over to the bloodline corner, tags in Solo. Solo beats down Randy Orton in the corner. Orton tries to
Mhm.
crawl to his corner to make a tag, but Solo stomps on his hands. Then it chokes Orton out on the second rope. The referee had to pull Solo off, and as referee is focused on pulling Solo off, Fatu kicks Orton in the head. Throw your ones up for the Fatu.
Yeah, because the bloodline clearly had the pace throughout that
Yep.
entire series.
Yep. Throw your ones up.
With a
Tag
lot,
the Tomatonga.
with all the FU solo chants.
Fuck you, so it don't matter. He's putting in work. Tag the Tonga. Tonga swantons Orton from the ring apron.
Man,
Then Orton back suplexes Tomatonga to make a quick tag over to
Kevin
Kevin
Owens.
Owens.
And this is when, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, I recorded Kevin Owens got beat up for 9 straight minutes. And
I
I'm here
mean,
to tell you, getting his ass whipped.
whipped.
I was just like, man,
Whipped.
I had to look at my phone a few different times. I said, oh, he's been getting beat up for about 9 straight minutes solid, bro. Like, good night. Shout out to the bloodline for knowing how to isolate the most dangerous person in the match at that point and really just wearing him down.
Kevin Owens got his ass whooped for the entire time that John Cena was trying to take to retire earlier in the night. It was a
Yeah.
9 minute ass whooping. You damn right. Good God.
Yeah.
Let's
And
see
then,
here. Owens rushes Solo and Fatu in the corner. That's the only little bit of offense he got in because he turns around, stomps out Tonga. Fatu keeps trying to get back in the ring, but KO keeps knocking him down. He cannonballs to Tama Tonga into the corner. Then he swanton bombs Tonga from the top rope and gets a 2 count. Fatu he gets a 2 count because Fatu breaks up the pin with multiple headbutts to the back of KO's head.
I'm trying to tell you.
Drags Tama Tonga's dead body over to the corner and then
Tags
tags
himself.
himself in.
Good
And
night, man.
headbutts Kevin Owens a couple more times, standing headbutt. Oh my God. Uh,
Yep.
Tags in Solo, who prevents Kevin Owens from tagging uh, over at Randy Orton. Basically, they kept him in the corner for so damn long. Uh, Kevin Owens couldn't do anything. Every time he tried to fight out, they would just maul him. The referee
Yeah.
couldn't do anything. Solo chokes and rakes the eyes of Kevin Owens on the bottom rope till the ref pulls him off again. And once the referee's back is turned, Fatu kicks him in the head. And then Tonga Loa takes some time to choke him out on the ring a little bit. It
They
was
was running
bad.
them moves through. I would say through the old man. Anytime you was in their corner, they running them moves. A little quick
Yep,
knee to the back of the head. They
it
was
was
going
bad.
crazy in there, man.
Throw your ones up for the bloodline. No. KO tries to fight out of the ring, out of the corner. Solo hits some more headbutts onto him. So Solo's taking a little bit of page out of Fatu's book, throwing his own headbutts. Then he hip attacks Kevin Owens in the corner, which is kind of
Mm-hmm.
nasty. He tags in Fatu. Fatu says, "Hold my beer." Let me show you how to hip attack somebody real quick. Hip
I'm trying to
attack.
tell you.
So Kevin Owens' head snapped so much, I thought for sure that his head was going to hit the ring post on the other side of that turnbuckle.
It was pretty nasty. It came so quick. Like I said, you
Oh
talk
my
about
god!
Brian Baker speed. I didn't know how fast Jacob Fatu is because he was like Barry Allen. All you see him, he got in a position and he was already there. And all you hear was bang. He was over. Kevin
JR
Owens,
says it best. He's not just quick; he's sudden. That
he's
boy was
sudden.
suddenly
That's what I'm
in
telling you.
in Kevin Owens' face with that hip attack. Uh,
Yeah.
let's see.
Interesting.
After some more headbutts, I mean, he was just throwing them headbutts. I think he threw about three more headbutts. He tags in Tongaloa or Tomatonga.
Right.
Tomatonga does some ground pound on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens tries fighting out of the corner again to no avail. There was another tag to Jacob Fatu, who stops Kevin Owens from getting out of the corner. Then, as Jacob was kind of like holding him, Solo tagged himself in, rushes Cody in the opposite corner, and then tries to clothesline Kevin Owens. But Kevin Owens ducked, sending Solo to the outside of the ring, which is
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Owens' greatest chance to get out of that corner. Like you said,
Well,
it's been just 9 minutes.
I would say at that point, yeah, I said we get into the final 8, 9 minutes of that ass
Yeah,
whooping.
about 9 minutes.
Good night. And so he finally
Oh,
does get up out of the ass whooping,
mhm.
uh, and gets Cody in there. And then this is Cody and Solo finally. And I mean, this was like,
Well, before that, he tries to crawl. Kevin Owens tries to crawl over to tag Orton, but Fatu jumps in the ring, distracts the referee, and Tonga Loa
oh
pulls
yeah, that's right,
Orton
he sure
off
did.
of the turnbuckle, off of the ring, so that he couldn't make a tag. Um, and then throws Randy Orton into the ring barricade,
Mm-hmm.
slams him into the barricade. Solo gets back into the ring, starts beating Kevin Owens in the corner again. This kind of wakes Kevin Owens up, and he yells at Solo like, bring it, nigga, just do it. Come on, let's go." And they start throwing hands, brawling, brawling, brawling. But Solo somehow got the upper hand. I don't know how he got the upper hand on Kevin Owens like that, but he did. So drags him back over to their corner and tags in Jacob Fatu. Fatu tries to splash Kevin Owens in the corner, but KO moves out at the last second, and Jacob Fatu hits the ring post on the outside. Then
Boy,
he
he got so
finally
much
is
air with
able,
that bitch too.
yeah, he was finally able to tag in Cody after that. After Fatu basically knocked himself out on that ring post.
Which he
Yeah.
did, dude. That was a huge jump, huge spot for him.
hmm
Oh man.
Uh, Cody gets tagged in, and Fatu tags in Solo Sokoa. Cody power slams Solo, hits a disaster kick off the rope. Tamatonga
Man.
slides in to try to run some interference and gets hit with a Cody
Cody
cutter
Cutter. Cody
off the
Cat.
rope again.
Right.
Fatu gets clotheslined out of the ring by Cody Rhodes, and then Cody Rhodes suicide dives on Solo, then jumps back in the ring and suicide dives on the other side onto Fatu. But before he gets hit, Fatu, Tongaloa pushes Fatu out of the way and takes all of Cody's suicide dive on himself.
And he
Uh,
got hit hard too. The way his head hit the
oh,
announce table, I thought he was
yes.
probably knocked for real. I was like, "Oh shit!"
You heard it through the microphones, on the TV,
Yeah.
everything. You heard it. His shit said bang right on the announce table on the front of the desk. That shit looked
Boy,
like it hurt, but hey, but you got to pay dividends.
you got to
Uh,
pay dividends in the bloodline.
Fatu seeing what happened to his family, his bloodline, starts beating up on Cody, and then tries to spear Cody through the timekeeper barricade. But Cody instead just flips him over his shoulder. And here's another botch of the night. crashes into the ringside doctor
I'm
and
trying to
takes the
tell you.
doctor out.
And the way she got hit, boy, I was like, boy, she need to see another doctor too, because it was almost insecurity style. Reverse insecurity. You got hit with nothing but the heel and the back of this man's leg, and she went straight down on the chair.
The way
I said,
she
oh
disappeared off the
God.
camera, it almost looked like she fell before she got hit. Like she just knew it was coming, and her body told her to collapse.
Oh boy, no, she definitely got touched, boy. The way she fell on the chair, it looked like when Sherman Klump first took that formula, he was falling all on the counter before he hit the ground. I was like, oh God.
That was
Cody put too much
nasty.
air on him, boy. He threw Fatu up too high, boy. It was too much air on him.
That was nasty. He thought you had too much momentum.
Yeah. When you running at 25 miles an hour, he had to show Brian, like, hey, boy, he said, you 23, man. They call me 2.5.
Cody said, fuck that doctor. Slid back in the ring.
Boy.
Catches a spear from Solo Sikoa.
Perfect kill, Cody Rhodes. Yeah.
Put your ones up for Solo in that spear. Weak. Anyway, catches the 2 count. Solo tries to clothesline Cody, but Cody ducks, and Solo ends up hitting the referee. Knocked him out. So we had the first ref bump of the night.
Yep.
Cody hits a crossroads, realizes the referee's not in the ring, so he slides him over to the corner, lets Kevin Owens hit the frog splash. And Randy Orton, I don't know where he's been.
Right. Coming all busy looking.
Randy Orton was in the ring to do his 10 punches at the very beginning. And then he got pulled off the ring apron for his tag. We hadn't seen Randy Orton this whole match.
Since.
Randy Orton hits an RKO on Solo Sikoa. That's about it. Cody starts then dismantling the announce table since the referee is still knocked out and tries to call for the shield bomb through the announce table on Solo Sikoa. I don't know if he was doing that to mock Roman Reigns. I don't know if he was doing that to get payback for Paul Heyman.
I'm telling you, these Avengers are gonna assemble. They're gonna take down these. I'm trying to tell you. You got to do it, especially at dangerous they looked last night. All right, let's get back to it. You got to do it.
Yeah, Cody and friends try to do a shield bomb to Solo, but Fatu hits Cody with a flying clothesline after jumping off of the face of the doctor.
I call it the flying wolf knee.
Flying wolf knee. Either way, he springboard off the doctor that he killed. Clotheslines Cody Rhodes, and then gives a super kick to Kevin Owens, and then to Randy Orton. He then rushes at Kevin Owens, who was laying on the steps. Kevin Owens moves to the side, only to reveal, guess who's behind him? The referee on the steps. Right. Jacob Fatu crashes into the referee. By this time, the referee is dead.
Man.
Kevin
Owens needs some work comp.
Kevin Owens super kicks. Oh, yeah, he's going to need some work comp. That ring doctor going to need some work comp. That ladder going to need some work comp. Off of the women's ladder match that got power bombed onto. Nasty. Kevin Owens super kicks Fatu once, twice, 3 times. Fatu wasn't going down.
Man.
Not at all. Tonga Loa sees what's happening, jumps on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens gives Tonga Loa a stunner. Then he frog splashes Fatu through the announce table.
Yep.
That stuns Fatu momentarily.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Owens pushes Tonga Loa into the ring, sets up a package pile driver. Tonga Loa, however, gives a botched blow to Kevin Owens, and then he readjusts and gives him the low blow. I mean, this Money in the Bank was full of botches tonight, folks.
Yeah, that's why I put my note. I said Tonga Loa pretty much stuck his thumb up Kevin Owens' ass, and then he hit him in the balls.
Kevin Owens was used to getting pegged because that shit didn't phase him, so he just went for the low blow.
Oh god, yeah.
Solo. After let's see, Tonga Loa.
Yeah, put finger in Kale's ass. Yeah, and then right.
Randy Orton gives RKO to Tonga Loa, and then to Tama Tonga. And Solo Sikoa gives Randy Orton the Samoan spike all in the throat. Cody Rhodes gives 2 crossroads.
Because 3, Solo I think Sikoa. 1 ain't never enough.
One is never enough. He gives him 2, sets up for a third, but Fatu is shaking off the table spot. Hits Cody with a whisper in the wind.
I'm trying to tell you. As far as
Let me say that again,
as
folks.
far as I can
He
tell,
hits him with a whisper in the wind.
man.
Come on now.
Shout out to Jeff
After
Hardy.
that whisper in the wind, he does a spike DDT into the ground, almost like how John Moxley debuted against
Oh yeah, pretty much put
Kenny
him through the.
Omega.
Yeah, I would say
It was
pretty much
Kenny
put him.
Omega you put through that table
Yeah, I
with
would
that
say put
spike
him through the
DDT.
glass and in the concrete. It was
That was nasty.
cracking.
Fatu drags Solo Sikoa to his feet and holds up Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes get hits with a Samoan spike by Solo, and then Fatu drags the referee back into the ring. Referee
And he could
counts
have counted.
1,
He could have counted to 4
2,
there.
3,
4,
4,
5. That's
5. He
enough.
could have kept
That
going.
suit you solo. Okay.
Put your ones up for Fatu in the bloodline. Boom, 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 boom,
Boom, boom,
boom,
boom.
boom. The Wolfpack bloodline is at it,
Man, causing mass destruction.
causing mass destruction. Don't turn your
Man,
back on the Wolfpack, or
bong
you might
bong
end up in a
in a
body
body
bag.
bag.
Let's
Good
go.
night. Yeah, so Bloodline, I would pretty much won this match easily. I would say they controlled most of it. Jacob Fatu showing that he's beyond unstoppable. Let's see, you got to get the Avengers, man. You got to
Yep.
call them.
Randy Orton was a non-factor in the match. Kevin Owens couldn't
The
make a
most
tag to save his
non-factor
life.
I've ever seen in a match before from Randy Orton. Like, bro, why was you even there? Like, anyway.
Cody Rhodes did everything he could to assemble the friends, and Jacob Fatu said, "Nah, shut that shit down, dude."
You see, it didn't look, man. It didn't work for Superman when he had the Super Friends. He said, "Yeah, this group ain't gonna work. I gotta go get the Justice League." You know what I'm saying? We need real people. As I say, they gotta call in the JLA to come and take this bloodline down. It's gonna be led by Ro Ray. And good night. But Money in the Bank finished.
In the books, folks.
In the books, man.
Botch in the bank, man. There were so many botches in this
It was
Money in the Bank match, but it was cracking. It was still a cracking pay-per-view, though.
It
I
still
don't take
wasn't
nothing
bad.
away from the botches.
I'd still give it a B, even though botch might be the word for it. But letter grade, it still gets a B. It was almost a perfect show.
Yeah. So, everybody who was supposed to win won.
Yep.
We all knew Drew McIntyre was winning Money in the Bank. I personally knew that he was definitely gonna get screwed out of his cash in by CM Punk. I said, bro, you advertised when and where you were cashing Money in the Bank, and all you did was send CM Punk to the hospital. You didn't kill that man. Oh well, he's gonna be there at Money in the Bank.
Man, but not to mention though, we had talked about it, but I knew Damian Priest was coming out here champion either way. And
I did not expect. I did not expect that to turn into a triple threat match. I thought that Damian Priest was going to beat Seth Rollins clean, and then Drew McIntyre comes in to pick the bones. I thought that's what was going to happen. That's not what happened. It was a botched 3 count. I know the referee called 2, but he had to call 2 because he counted 3 and Damian Priest wasn't moving. Seth Rollins looked mighty confused at that spot. I wonder how they're going to address this CM Punk Seth Rollins feud, because Seth Rollins is definitely it's not going to be a triple threat match at Bad Blood. That's going to be reserved probably for Hell in the Cell between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. But Seth Rollins has got to address CM Punk some way, somehow. Definitely waiting for tomorrow to see what happens on Raw, because it's going to be cracking.
He's not lying, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we give you your Money in the Bank review. And as tradition, we're going to always be here at Around the Mat. We're your host. I'm that dude with the beard. He's code Nameless. And we'll see you for the Raw review. For Jacob, Fatu only. We acknowledge the
Wolfpack bloodline.
We only acknowledge the one tribal chief around here, and we know that's Ro Ray. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, till next time.
Woo, love you.